Okay, I got two things I want to talk about, and hopefully this will be the last video I make. But the second thing is probably one of the most important things I've said in every video I've made. Got over 300 plus of them on Jamal, page not hijacked yet, one word, Watkins, Facebook.com. The first thing I'd said in my previous video about how nearly $150,000 had been laundered through my Navy Federal Credit Union account. That's if it was laundered. At the time, I was waiting for a Tennessee-based company called Knockbot to give me my share of the money for their site where I've been putting my poetry up on it. This was in 2013, and called my account. If I remember correctly, it was like $143,000 was in it. Called twice, $143,000 was in it. Walked a block and a half to the store, tried to withdraw some money from the ATM, $143,000 was gone. It wasn't in there anymore. So if it wasn't laundered, somebody stole it. The second thing, this is the most important. I've talked about the 2011 chip, the 1988 chip, a plethora of nanobot solutions, I don't know how many. It comes down to what I've been calling the optic tap array. It is not technically an optic tap array. I believe it very possible to be a pineal or pineal gland replacement. My ACL surgery, October 6, 2010, when I saw Beth hand CC something and say, yeah, go ahead and put this in. It was black with two black cords coming off of it. And the black part with the two cords coming off of it was approximately the size of a pine cone. Same as the pineal gland, that's why it's called that. It's a pine cone shape, about the size of a pine cone. I believe that the way the individuals who did the brain surgery to implant it in my head have been using it is since in the Matrix, Morpheus told Neo, real is electrical signals interpreted by the brain. And a lot of people speculate the pineal gland or pineal gland is the soul center that they send electrical signals through to overpower the regular electrical of the brain. They basically just try to override the normal electrical signal operation of one's brainwave pattern. I had to explain to people in the links one time because I really had no clue what was going on, and this was in 2013, that I achieved, to put it succinctly, enlightenment at about the age of 11. I turned 11 in October of 1987. Yeah, I'm old. Holy Spirit filled, gifted, blessed. I won't get into all of that other stuff. It's covered in 300 plus videos. But I'm self-aware. I'm aware of my entire being from head to toe, from the inside out. It's not uncommon, for say a Buddhist monk to go into a meditative state to a point where their breathing and heart rate are virtually indetectable. That's a high degree of depth of self-awareness and self-control. So when I was linked to so many people, I told them, it's like, hey, being aware the way I am of myself for lack of a better way to put it. You're kind of an extension of me, whether I know you or not, whether I've ever met you or not. You're a part of me. My awareness extends to you. And the billion man router thing came about because individuals were trying to override my normal brain operation and by default override everybody else's through mine. That was just part of it. But the scary thing about it is if truly these people are running around doing brain surgeries, replacing people's pineal glands with technology. So when I leave the country and get all this stuff out of my brain and body, because there's more than just that in there, I'm sure. Went through an airport scan a couple years ago. 2011 chip showed up. There was a tremendous amount of things detected within my abdominal region. 2011 chip, something else in my shoulder region. My knees, my leg, all of that. God only knows what they've implanted in me. It wouldn't have been just a couple of screws from an ACL surgery. Gone on for almost 7 minutes, but this is something that was real important. And I needed to let it be known. This is why I say when I get it all out of my brain and body, I'm going to start my own corporation with benevolent application. I don't know who developed it. I don't doubt that it was developed using stolen technologies from many different sources, considering the nature of, at the least, Cece called herself US Spy Network on several occasions. She was my next door neighbor at West End Flats, moved in next door to me in 2012. And she was the one who was within the surgery October 6, 2010. So she obviously knows how to implant these things into someone's brain. She's had practice. And yet, when she moved in next door to me, she was on Social Security for schizophrenia. Very scary picture. May the blessings of the Lord be upon you in Jesus' name. I love you, family.